Who is ready? Please unmute yourself to speak for the first time. You have to deliver your speech about family. Who is ready? Please unmute yourself. Anyone? Do it first. Anyone? Mehdi Hassan. Mehdi Hassan, I
Yes,
think
sir.
you are okay. Okay, Mehdi Hassan, first you have to deliver your speech about family. Your first question, do you have a big or a small family?
So thank you, sir, for giving a chance to say about my family. I came from a small family. Then I lived with my parents and one sibling. But now we lived with our grandparents. So now it's a joint and a big family.
Okay. Do you live together or nearby?
So long before we lived alone, but now we live together. That made our relation so strong and unbreakable.
Okay. What activities do you like to do together?
We like to do many activities in our leisure time together. Like we can watch movies, go out on picnics, play games. We can do gardening, reading storybooks, watching television, etc.
Okay, last question for you from this part. Who is your favorite family member?
My mother is my favorite family member because she takes care of me very much. She also loves me a lot. I am an eyesore to her. That's why mom is my favorite family member.
Okay, Mehdi, stay with me later. You can answer visit relatives. Okay, before that, please stay with me and wait. Who is ready then? Please unmute yourself. Anyone, please. Sifat, yeah. I'm going to ask you some questions about family, Sifat. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your sound is very low. So try to speak a bit louder. First question for you. Do you have a big or a small family?
Well, I have a small family. There are 5 members in my family. They are my father, my mother, my little brother, my grandmother, and myself.
Okay. Do you live together or nearby?
Well, we don't live nearby. We live together. I live with my grandmother and also with my parents. I also have my grandmother. I also have another grandmother, but they live a little far from my house.
Okay. What activities do you like to do together?
Well, it depends on my family members because my father works every day at his office, so I don't get to spend much time with him every day. I do spend time with him on Fridays and Saturdays because they are his day off. So I spend my time with him on those days. And if you talk about the other family members, I sometimes I play with my grandmother, Ludo, and not just that, I always play with my little brother, and I also help my mother to cook and do the chores.
Okay. Who is your favorite family member?
Well, my favorite family, I love all the members in my family. I love all of them, but but my mother is my favorite family member because I spend most of my time with her. She likes me very much, and also she loves me the most, and I also love her the most because she is the most important person in my life. She has taken care of me my whole life, and she will take care of me, and I want to take care, and I also want to take care of her.
Okay, Sifa, thank you very much for your space. Stay with me. Later, I will ask you visit relatives on this topic. So before that, please stay with me. Who is ready now? Mugdho, are you ready? Mugdho.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions about family. First question for you. do you have a big or a small family?
Yes, sir. I have a small family. Um, there are 4 members of my family: my father, my mother, and my younger brother. And we live in Bogora with my family, and our hometown is far from our living place. And my mother is teacher, my father also a teacher, and I'm a student.
Okay. Do you live together or nearby?
We live together. We live with my parents and my grandfathers. Uh, my mother works. My mother is a teacher. He goes to school every day, and my father also a teacher. He goes to his college every day. But Saturday and Friday is our holiday. We enjoy that today.
Okay. What activities do you like to do together?
Uh, The activities I like to do that we play carom in their free time and watching movies in television and go outside to uh, visit some places and walk along the road with my family members and my brothers. Sometimes I play football in the field with my younger brother.
Okay. With your favorite family member?
I love all my family members, but my mother is my favorite family member. She is very hardworking woman. She cares for our. She cooks every day and uh, works for our all, and she handle our work whole um, whole household and take cares of about our younger brother and my father and almost time uh, I stay with her, and she also advises me for my study purposes.
Okay, you have to say most of the time, not almost time. And I've noticed a little bit mistakes about your pronoun because you are using pronoun mm, in most of the cases in the wrong way because I, we, and they are. You should be careful about it. I know that you know all the rules because this is your first day. So far, I can remember. This is your first day with us, so you are a little bit nervous, and it will be okay in your future class. Okay, so be careful about it.
Yes. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you. Stay with me. I will ask you later. Rakibul, please unmute yourself, Rakibul.
I'm Rakibul Hassan. I'm from Bogota, Bangladesh.
Okay, Rakibul, you are welcome here. First question for you. Do you have a big or a small family?
I have a small family. I live with my parents and one siblings.
One sibling. Okay. What activities do you like to do together?
I like to watch television together. I also like to play Ludo with my family.
Who is your favorite family member?
I love I like all of my family members, but I love my mother most. She always takes care of me. She is very hardworking. She also loves me very much.
Okay, Rakibul, thank you very much for your speech. Be careful about your pronunciation because you are pronouncing in a very unclear and wrong way. So try to enrich your pronunciation. Maybe this is your first day. You are delivering your speech on the topic, so of course it is acceptable for you. But be careful in the future. Okay, Tahan, please unmute yourself. Tahan.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you some questions about family. Your first question, do you have a big or a small family?
I have a small family. In my family, there are There are 5 members in my family. They are my father, my mother, my 2 sisters, and myself.
Okay. Do you live together or nearby?
Yes, I live together or nearby because they care of my always and love me a lot of. I think that I shall be alone without them. So that's why I live here together or nearby.
Just answer, we live together. That's enough. Okay. What activities do you like to do together?
Especially, I like and love to watch television with them. I also enjoy by playing with them.
Okay. Who is your favorite family member?
I love my parents very much because they both work hard for me. My in my any different condition, but I most love, but I more, but I love most to my, but I my mother, uh, but I love to my mother very much because I spend her a lot of time.
Okay. Thank you, Tahan, for your space. Stay with us. Now, Sifat, please unmute yourself for our second topic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First question for you about visit relatives. Your first question, do you often visit your relatives?
Yes, I often visit my relatives, probably on the holidays and on the weekends.
What do you do when visiting relatives?
Well, usually when I visit my relatives, I usually sit down in the living room, talk about various types of things, and right after that, we might go out for dinner or maybe eat somewhere, perhaps a restaurant, or sometimes we play different kinds of games or gossip about and gossip with each other.
Okay. When was the last time you visited a family, a relative?
Well, the last time I visited my grandmother, it was last month. It was a great experience because of my studies, I was pretty busy, so I couldn't visit her for a lot of time, for a long time. So I couldn't visit her. So she was really happy to see me, and I was also happy to see her.
Why do people visit their relatives?
Okay, this is, I think that it is really important to visit our relatives because they are the ones that are close to us. They are the ones that we love. They are the ones that we have. So we should visit our relatives regularly to check up on their health, and not just that. If we if we visit our relatives regularly, it will make a good bond between us and them. And there are many relatives, many people's relatives might be going through many bad situations, so if we visit them regularly and so they can share their situations with us, so we might be able to help, and not just that, they might they might share their burden with us, so they that might decrease their stress, and that would help them really good, very much. And not just that, it will make a good bond and a good friendship between us and them. So I think yes, it is very important to visit our relatives regularly.
Okay. Sifa, thank you for your space. Now Mehdi, please unmute yourself for this topic
Yes, sir.
about visit relatives. Your question, do you often visit your relatives?
Yes, sir, I do. I used to find it boring when I was a bit younger, but now I enjoy the time very much because I love to have time with my relatives at present. I plan to see different relatives every Friday.
What do you do when visiting relatives?
I usually keep it very simple, like we tend to have some meal at one of our houses, play some games, watching television together, watching movies, and we decide to go out. to eat, or something else.
Okay. When was the last time you visited a relative?
So just few days ago, I went to a restaurant with my uncles and aunts. They are not very mobile yet. We ate a very delicious food, and I also helped them pay the bills online and chatted.
Last question for you. Why do people visit their relatives?
That people visit their relatives to enlarge and strengthen their connection with them. This helps them to be happy, and it also helps them to make communication skills better.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Mehdi, thank you for your space. Now, Mugdho, please unmute yourself, Mugdho.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A first question from this topic for you. Do you often visit your relatives?
Yes, sir. I often visit my relatives.
Okay. What do you do when you when visiting relatives?
Generally, I sit down on drawing room and they gossip with me something about uh, political issues or something, the current affairs of our world, and we might play games with our cousins or some kids.
Okay. When was the last time you visited a relative?
It was last week I visited my grandfather and he was quite ill, and he is very happy to see me, and I was very glad to see him. Uh, he is very ill, so we bring some fruits and snacks for his.
For him. If you use his,
Yes.
then after his, you have to put a noun. Okay. Why do people visit their relatives?
People mainly visit their relatives their to strong their bonding. Though there is a blood connection with our relatives, and people visit their relatives to know about each other, how their days are, how their situation is going on. And my opinion is visit my relatives to know about their self and how they are feel, how about their feelings, and if they are in critical situation or not, and they need my help or not. And it's very it's need people need to visit their relatives for many purposes, like they can get help or say something uh about their failure, about their success, and they can be good friends with each other.
Okay. Mugdha, thank you very much for your space because this is your first day, so I think everything is acceptable today. But try your level best to take preparation on the shared topic, then I think you'll be able to speak properly because you are a good speaker, I know it. So you must try your level best to improve yourself.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
then you are welcome. Uh, Rakibul, please unmute yourself. Are you ready for this topic, Rakibul?
Yes, sir.
Do you often visit your relatives?
Yes, I always visit my relatives any festival. For example, I always visit my grandparents' house in every Eid festival.
Okay. What do you do when visiting relatives?
Whenever I visit their house, then I spend some days with them. I ask them about their well-being. We also go outside and enjoy a lot.
Okay. When was the last time you visited a relative?
I visited relatives last winter. That time we visited our grandparents' house because my grandmother was very ill. We also took some snack for her. We spent there about a week.
Okay. Why do people visit their relatives?
Simply, people visit their relatives to enjoy their holiday properly. People visit their relatives to people also visit their relatives to refresh their mind.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your space. Tahan, please unmute yourself, Tahan.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you some questions about visit relatives. Your first question. Do you often visit your relatives?
Yes, I often visit to my relatives in my leisure time, but I visit to my relatives in holiday.
What do you do when visiting relatives?
I get ready myself before visiting to my relatives. When I visit to relatives, I visit with my parents and enjoy there by playing carom, ludo, etc. with my cousins.
Okay. When was the last time you visited a relative?
And the last Friday was the day when I visit to a relative's home.
Okay. Why do people visit their relatives? What's your opinion?
Okay, people visit their relatives to enjoy themselves and meet with them. They also spend their leisure time by visiting relatives. They also refresh their mind by visiting there. Also, they keep their relationship with them strong.
Okay. Okay, Tahan. Thank you for your space. Anyone else? Anyone? Okay, dear students, already we have completed your topic. You have successfully answered all the questions. So you must be careful about your preparation because I share the topic earlier of our class. So you have enough time to take your preparation on a shared topic. Everybody should try your level best to take your preparation. If it is possible for you, you can take the topic one day before our class, or you can take the topic on Thursday if it is necessary for you. Otherwise, I will share it on Friday. Okay. So thank you very much for your participation here and for your answer. This is the end of today's class. Our next class will be on next Friday. So till that, stay healthy.
Okay, sir.
Good night, everybody.